breath is gone, fading year by year. We chase the horizon until our feet turn black, looking for a ghost that never looks back. The ice is weeping, turning into rivers wide. Nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. The sun burns hotter on the naked stone. We know the marrow from the hollow bone. Of everything we lost, shadows of the mammoth fading in the light. Who will feed the fire in the dead of night? Are bitter, the deer have fled. We sleep on the soil with the silent dead. My father knew the path of the stars above, but the stars have changed and push has come to shove. The ground is soft, it swallows up the track. A heavy burden on the hunter's back. It never sleeps, it never lets us rest. But look down at the mud. Life is drinking up the spilled blood. Something green is breaking through the gray. Is this the end or is this the day? Lay down the spear, the heavy stone. We are together, yet we are alone. great beast falls into the history of sand. A new god is rising from the fertile land. Fading, just the sound of water and the silence of the beast. The current pulls the stone towards the sea. But here the silt is rich, and here we crave to be. My brother looks at the mountain peaks with lust, but I see the power in the river's dust. He wants the wind, I want the wall. He wants to fly, I want to stall. Why chase the herd until our lungs collapse, when the water brings the bounty to our laps? Put down the tent, let's build it out of clay. This is the place where the sun begins the day. The chaotic line becomes a circle now. We trade the spear for the heavy plow. Drop the anchor in the flowing vein. We trade the freedom for the end of pain. The river is a mother, cold and deep. She gives us promises that we can keep. No more wandering through the endless night. We stand our ground and claim the light. They say we're prisoners of the fertile shore, that we aren't hunters, warriors anymore. But look at the grain stored in the basket tight. We will survive the freezing winter's bite. Let them roam, let them starve and freeze. We are the masters of the river breeze. till it turns to stone. Stack them high, block out the sky. Create a square where the shadows lie. We used to sleep beneath the stars so vast. Now we build a coffin meant to last. Four walls, one door. Safety comes asking for more. The wind can't touch us, the wolf can't see. Is this protection or captivity? Cage of clay! Cage of clay! Keep the monsters far away. We draw a line in the sand and dirt to hide our bodies from the herd. The world outside is wild and red. Inside the cage, the wild is dead. The roof is heavy, pressing on the mind, leaving the chaotic universe behind. Neighbors watching from their window slit. Civilization is a heavy fit. We are the architects of our own space, erasing the features of nature's face. Cage of clay! Cage of clay! Keep the monsters far away. We draw a line in the sand and dirt to hide our bodies from the herd. The world outside is wild and red. Inside the cage, the wild is dead. Brick by brick, wall by wall, safe inside until we fall. I miss the fear of the open plain. I miss the sting of the freezing rain. Comfort is a drug we take so slow, numbing the spirit, killing the flow. Cage of clay! Cage of clay! Keep the monsters far away. We draw a line in the sand and dirt to hide our bodies from the herd. The world outside is wild and red. Inside the cage, the wild is dead. Lock the door! Lock it The wolf came closer to the firelight, trading his freedom for a bone at night. He forgot the pack, he forgot the moon. Now he dances to the master's tune. We put a rope around the heavy neck, keeping the wild forces in check. Break the spirit, bend the knee. Nothing in this valley remains free. Put the yoke upon the beast, working for the harvest feast. We are the kings of the breathing thing, clipping the feathers off the eagle's wing. Nothing in this valley remains free. Put the yoke upon the beast, working for the harvest feast. We are the kings of the breathing pain, clipping the feathers off the eagle's wings. It's a heavy price for a full plate, twisting the threads of a natural fate. We hold the leash and we hold the whip, don't let the power ever slip. Domination is the name of the game, giving the wild world a human name. Look at the sheep in the pen so tight, waiting for the shearer, waiting for the bite. We are the shepherds, we are the doom, weaving their lives on a wooden loom. Man is a master, nature is a slave, from the cradle to the shallow grave. Break the spirit, bend the knee, nothing in this valley remains free. Put the yoke upon the beast, working for the harvest feast. We are the kings of the breathing things, clipping the feathers off the eagle's wings. Yeah, pull that plow, pull it deep. down at his feet.
We built a ladder to reach the sun. The age of the equals is surely done. Some are born to rule and command. Others are born to till the land. Rise, the throne of straw and stone. The king dust and sweat in the summer heat. We are the ants in a hill of clay, buzzing around all night and day. Humming, buzzing, can't sleep.
Sleeping by the kitchen door. The chickens scratch upon the earthen floor. We invited the wild into our bed. Now the invisible arrow strikes us dead. A fever burns behind the heavy eyes. The village is filled with the children's cries. The water is black, the air is thick. The strong and the young are turning sick. The breath of the beast is in our lungs. A silent song on fever tongues. We shared the warmth, we shared the grain. Now we share the spreading pain. Nature strikes back with a tiny sword, a punishment from the unseen Lord. We built the walls to keep the lions out. But the killer is here, wandering about. It jumps from the rat to the flea to the man, disrupting the order of the master plan. Coughing in the night, stillness in the morn, wishing that we were never born. The price of the crowd is the rot within. Where does the animal end and the man begin? The breath of the beast is in our lungs. A silent song on fever tongues. We shared the warmth, we shared the grain. Now we share the spreading pain. Nature strikes back with a tiny sword, a punishment from the unseen Lord. Burn the bodies, burn the clothes, cover the mouth, cover the nose. The city is a trap, a festering wound by our own success. We are doomed. The breath of the beast is in our lungs. A silent song on fever crops with sweat and tears. Now you come with hungry eyes to steal the prize under the sky. Sharpen the hoe, sharpen the stick. The peace we made is ending quick. First blood on the boundary line. What is yours is now mine. The farmer becomes the soldier today. The price of the land is the life you pay. War, war for the grind. War, war for the rain. We built the fence to keep the cattle inside. Now it's a trench where the cowards hide. The neighbor is now the enemy face, destroying the roots of the human race. Greed is a fire that burns the soul. Total control is the only goal. Take the harvest, burn the rest. Put the courage to the ultimate test. First blood on the boundary line. What is yours is now mine. The farmer becomes the soldier today. The price of the land is the life you pay. War, war for the grind. War, war for the ride. Never back. They want our food. They want our lives. Give them nothing. The earth drinks blood like it drinks the rain. Red fertilizer for the next year's grain. Civilization is built on the bone. The sword is the king of the iron throne. First blood on the boundary line. What is yours is now mine. The farmer becomes the soldier today. The price of the land is the life you pay. War, war for the grind. War, war for the ride. Die for the dirt. Die for the dirt. First blood. I take the reed, I cut the clay. I catch the word before it flies away. A line for the valley, a circle for the sheep. A promise in the mud that we have to keep. The voice is fleeting, wind in the grass, but the tablet is heavy, heart is brass. Freezing the moment, locking the dead. A trap for the things we want to forget. Count the sacks, count the heads, manage the living, remember the dead. The scribe is the wizard of the silent sound, turning the chaos into the bound. The memory of mud
My symbols are static, a permanent tune. I own your name if I write it down. The power of the stylus wears the crown. We are building a mind outside of the brain, immortal data in the sun and rain. The memory of mud, the memory of mud, stronger than bone, stronger than blood. It speaks when the mouth is closed and dry. It tells the truth, it tells the lie. Civilization is a list of things we owe, scratching the earth so the future will know. The river will dry, the walls will fall, but the library stands in the silent hall. We are conquering time with a sharp little stick, the ultimate magic, the ultimate trick. The memory of mud, the memory of mud, stronger than bone, stronger than blood. It speaks when the mouth is closed and dry. It tells the truth, it tells the lie. Civilization is a list of things we owe, scratching the earth so the future will know. Read me. cloud is dry, we look to the priest with a desperate eye. The corn is withering on the stalk. The gods are angry, they do not talk.
betray our brother, we betray our friend. Survival is a cruel and hungry beast. Welcome to the sacrificial feast. Suffering thing, blood for water, flesh for bread. We bargain with the silent
we found the shape that goes around. Cut the tree, slice it in a slice. Movement is the virtue, stillness is the vice. Excellence, oak, turn it on the pin. Let the revolution of the speed begin. Distance is the enemy we defeat, crushing the miles underneath our feet. Rolling thunder, round and round. Never gotta touch the dirty ground. Chariot of fire, wagon of war. We are faster than we were before. Spin the circle, break the chain, racing across the open plain. Whoa! The horse is pulling, but the wheel is the key, unlocking the door to the victory. We strike like lightning, we disappear, leaving the enemy frozen in fear. Trade goes faster, death comes quick. History is moving on a spinning stick. No more heavy lifting, just the roll. The wheel is the captain of the human soul. Rolling thunder, round and round. Never gotta touch the dirty ground. Chariot of fire, wagon of war. We are faster than we were before. Spin the circle, break the chain, racing across the open plain. Round and round the seasons go, but the circle makes the empire grow. From the cart to the war machine, the deadliest shape you've ever seen. Rolling thunder, round and round. Never gotta touch the dirty ground. Chariot of fire, wagon of war. We are faster than we were before. Spin the circle, break the chain, racing across the open plain. Keep it rolling, don't stop. Faster.
We ask too much of the mother's breast. We never gave her time to rest. Water the desert until it bloomed, but the roots of the garden were already doomed. The water evaporates, the white dust stays, poisoning the glory of our golden days. The green is turning into a sickly gray, the price of the hunger we have to pay. Salt in the furrow, salt in the vein. We kill the soil with the artificial die. It crunches under the foot like bones, like glass. The ghost of the weed, the ghost of the grass. What will we eat when the earth is dead? Eat the gold, eat the lead. We piled rocks to mock the clouds above the heads of the silent crowds. A stairway built of sweat and lime to challenge the hands of ancient time. The kingdom as a mountain made by men, ignoring the flaw in the master plan.
the sky. We will never die. Carve the name in the granite face. Erase the memory of the empty space. Gravity pulls, but we resist. Clenching the world in an iron fist. The shadow falls on the humble sand. We are the masters of the heavy land.
The throne room blooms with a purple flower. The silence is loud in the market square. Dust is dancing in the stagnant air. Where are the voices? Where is the song? Where did the mighty empire go wrong? The birds are nesting in the helmet of rust. To ashes, to ashes, to dust. The tablet is broken, the word is erased. The memory of man is completely replaced. The sun doesn't care if the king is gone. It rises the same at the break of dawn. We thought we conquered the wild and the free, but the roots are cracking the stone decree. Nature is patient, nature is long, singing the final, enduring song. Quiet now. Sleep now. The city's
cigarette fell a long time ago, but the river still has its steady flow. The soldiers are gone, the gold is lost, but the spring returns despite the frost. I walk the field with a bag of grain, simple survival, simple pain. I don't need a king to tell me when to plant the seed in the earth again. The empire falls, but the seed remains. Life continues in the humble lanes. We don't need the tower, we don't need the wall. We need the rain to make it tall. The crown is heavy, the sword is rust, but the wheat is faithful, and we trust. Round and round the seasons spin, where the end is where we begin. My grandfather told of a city of light that burned to the ground in a single night. But here in the valley, we kept the flame. Different faces, but the work is the same. Bread on the table, fire in the heart, the gentle rhythm of the breathing earth. Power is fleeting, glory is vain, but the harvest comes to heal the pain. The empire falls, but the seed remains. Life continues in the humble lanes. We don't need the tower, we don't need the wall. We need the rain to make it tall. The crown is heavy, the sword is rust, but the wheat is faithful, and we trust. Round and round the seasons spin, where the end is where we begin. Castles high, let them try to touch the sky. I will keep my hands in dirt, away from pride, away from hurt. The empire falls, but the seed remains. Life continues in the humble lanes. We don't need the tower, we don't need the wall. We need the rain to make it tall. The crown is heavy, the sword is rust, but the wheat is faithful, and we trust. Round and round the seasons spin, where the end is where we begin. Plant the seed, watch it grow. Life goes on. Started with a hunger, started with a storm. Started with a wanderer walking all alone. Then we stopped the walking and we put down roots, trading wild berries for the labor's fruits. 10,000 years of the furrow and the plow. Look at the world that we have We gave the civilization its painful birth. The cage of clay became the city of steel, turning and turning on the ancient wheel. The hunter is sleeping in the DNA, but the farmer wakes up in us every day. We are the masters, we are the slaves, standing on top of the ancestors' stars. We change the plant, we change the plant, we change the beast, we change the land for the endless feast. No turning back, no return to the wild. We are the revolution's child. This is the harvest of ages, written on history's pages. The seed that we planted so deep in the past grew into a forest that is vast and fast. We are the children of the wheat and the corn. From the first revolution, the modern world was born. Good and the bad, the joy and the crime, echoing down the hallway of time. The shadow of the mammoth is gone. The emerald whisper lives on. The seed remains. The harvest is